Hey guys, and we are here for a Cup of Joe with John. And this lovely Wednesday, we will be streaming this Cup of Joe on the Pilot TVs, the Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
That's right, but we've been sending out a lot of those brand new Pilot TVs to a lot of new locations. And some of these places include the Rusty Duck 2, Happy Hour in Madison, Toppers, Windrift Lounge, Westfield Golf Club, Eagles in Austin, Mapleview Lounge 2, the Cree Bar and Grill, Bobby Joe's Bar and Grill, American Legion Fridley, the Municipal Liquor Store in Eagle Bend, and VFW in Eagle Bend.
Yeah, definitely some great locations getting those Pilot TVs. And hopefully you guys are watching right now on one of those great Pilot TVs. If you are so, send in a picture. We'll shoot you out some luck. But we have some really good jackpots that you'll want some of that luck for, as we're getting our day started off with a little bit of Vikings Bingo 25-cent card edition. We have $17,551 available in that game of Vikings Bingo. And you can win it in 52 balls or less. Should be some really exciting stuff during this lunchtime.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely hop in from 12 to 1 for those Vikings Bingo games. But right afterwards, from 1 to 4 p.m., we start off the Game Day Bingo 50-cent cards, starting with the Major. And it's looking really good out of all of those jackpots that we got rolling around. Of course, that will be running from 1 to 4. And then the Happy Hour also includes Game Day Bingo, so keep that in mind. But for now, the Major is starting off at $3,190 and 51 balls or less to win. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, not bad whatsoever. Yeah. That Mega Prize is still available in that game as well, as it's over $20,000 that you could take home, I think, in 57 balls or less or something like that. We'll check in, and we'll talk about it later in the broadcast. But we have one more game that we have to highlight, and that's our Skull Bingo that normally runs from 6 to 10. We do have a specialty night that will be interrupting that from around 7 to 9 o'clock. But we are talking about Skull Bingo that runs from 6 to 10 without those interruptions most of the time. And the large frame is looking really good. It's at $4,479, and you can take it home in 43 balls or less.
Wow, looking pretty good for the jackpots for today, so definitely try and get a chance at some of those. But we did have some people already cashing in on some jackpots yesterday, and starting it off, it was Nixon over at VFW Roseville, taking away $896. Nice job, Nixon. And then up next, it was Mixer over at Patriot Lanes, actually splitting up a jackpot, but earning half of the jackpot, $745.20, splitting up with BP Bup over at River Inn Bar and Grill. And they also took home the same amount, $745.20.
Not bad for those jackpot winners in those games. I mean, I wonder if that was maybe a split win on a coverall or something, because that seems really, really nice to go out there. Good job, Mixter, as well as BP Bup. But we have a new E-Tab game that's giving out a bunch of jackpots, and it's called Bounty Hunter. Collect up the lucky horseshoes, try the Bonanza bonus, or try your luck picking a lucky door in the saloon door bonus.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, definitely check it out.
What's your favorite bonus round? The Bonanza bonus or the saloon door bonus? Which one's your favorite of the two?
Out of just the two?
Yeah, just out of the two.
Bonanza bonus.
Bonanza bonus. What do you think of when you hear Bonanza bonus?
I just think of like banana bonanzas.
Okay.
It's just bonanza.
See, I picture, like it's like you're in a shooting, like you're about to like pull it, and it's like two monkeys facing off, and then they like pull out bananas, and then it's the banana bonanza bonus.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So,
just shoots little banana slices.
Exactly. I like the saloon door bonus as well, as I always think of Woody walking through the door in Toy Story 2 when he was reacting one of his episodes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I can't believe I remember that. We do have some weather to check in, and that's with Blaine, Minnesota. And this Wednesday, it's going to be a mix of clouds and sun during the morning that will give way to cloudy skies this afternoon. Slight chance of rain showers, a high of 74 degrees with winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, but that chance of rain only around 15% throughout the day.
Not too bad. Later tonight, it's going to be mainly cloudy with a slight chance of a rain shower. The low is going to reach around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, with the winds blowing a little harder at 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Yeah, should be some really, really fun stuff. That sun will be setting for you guys around 6:45. But way before 6:45, just about 15 minutes from now, we're actually 25 minutes from now.
That's
We're
right.
going to be getting into a little bit of Vikings Bingo 25-cent card edition that runs from 1 all the way till 4. We talked about it, $17,551 available in that game of Vikings Bingo, as well as some points towards our Twiking Zone, which is the combination of our Vikings and Twins Bingo.
Very true, and we're starting it right off with a shakeup already. 10th and 9th place switched spots. Falling back to 10th is T-Bone over at Poppers, now with 89,000 points, and 10th falling from 9th. And now taking his spot, coming from 10th place, it's Kirby over at VFW Blaine, now in 9th place with 93,000 points. Only 4,000 points ahead, though.
Yeah, I mean, big time movement for Mikey Wins. Just
for Kirby.
Kirby, yeah, you were talking about Kirby.
Yes.
Actually, there's another shakeup with Mikey Wins in it.
Probably a little bit more of a crazy one.
Yeah, big crazy shakeup. But yeah, that is still a tight race between T-Bone and Kirby. Them trying to get into that 100,000 point club before the other. So we'll see what happens there. As I saw Kirby getting a bunch of wins during our last lunchtime.
Ooh, okay.
But we got to go a little bit farther into our standings before we get into our next shakeup. As moving up, I mean, Mikey Wins. I already mentioned his name, so I can already say it. He just earlier in the week passed up Loser Dave, moving into the top 5, moving from 5th into 4th.
Okay.
Then just yesterday was able to get into the top 3, passing up big-time player Sinbob over at Bedrock, moving back from 3rd into 4th place, but still earned points yesterday, but still got bumped back 193,000 points. And that's because Mikey Wins was on fire during our lunchtime yesterday, just accumulating a bunch of points, now with 194,000 points, only 1,000 points ahead of Sinbob. And that's Mikey Wins. He plays at Steve-O's.
Okay, hey, awesome stuff. Well, Sinbob dropping to 4th. Mikey Wins taking that top 3 spot, looking crazy, but the top 2 are still the same. Second place is still Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven with 200,000 points.
Yeah, just got there yesterday.
Oh, awesome. So nice job to Nan. But still, only 6,000 points ahead of Mikey Wins, and he can make up points in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
And in first place, though, Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine has 205,000 points. Not too far away from Nan either.
Yeah, it is a tight race in that top 4 between Sinbob, Mikey Wins, Nan, and Scrub Eye. I feel like they all could swap places with each other. It's really fun stuff.
Yeah, very, very true. But the location standings are looking kind of tight, like in the top half of the standings. But once you get to the top 5, like they start like
it starts getting really separate. We can highlight Halfley's Bar in Richmond, closing in on the 100,000 point club, has exactly 99,000 points. Hopefully we see some players over at Halfley's getting out there today and get into that 100,000 point club.
100%. But of course, other than that, the top 5, we'll just go over them because they are looking crazy. I guess top 6 since there was a shakeup.
Yeah.
So 6th place fallen out of the top 5. It was our place on 3rd in Faribault. They have 224,000 points. Only 2,000 points ahead. In 5th place now, it's VFW Blaine with 226,000 points, able to steal that spot in 5th place and get into the top 5 of those locations. But the top 4 are looking crazy. They're each like at least 50,000 points ahead, like apart from each other.
Yeah, it really starts to get separate.
Yeah, 100%. But 4th place, starting off that top 4, it was Poppers over at Virginia with 308,000 points. 3rd place is Corky's Bar in South Haven with 369,000 points. 2nd place is American Legion Fridley with 423,000 points. And 1st is VFW Spring Lake Park with 534,000 points.
Yeah, good job to all the winners in this game. Hopefully we keep on seeing you guys earn those points. I would have loved to see Miniger's American Legion Fridley have the point total of 4, 5, 6. Since we already have 1, 2, 3, 123,000 for Miniger Sports Hub in our standings. Now we just need the 4, 5, 6
Very true.
in our standings as well.
very
Could have done
true.
it, American Legion. You just need a few more points. Still have the opportunity.
Hey.
But we have to talk more about E-Tabs. We already talked about the newest E-Tab that just came out, Bounty Hunter. But right now we're listening to one of our favorites. It's one of my favorite sounds for an E-Tab, and that's Bachelorette Party. You can pick out your different character. They even based the Good Bartender after my fellow broadcaster, John.
That's right.
So go and check it out. Check out the bonus round as well. But if that doesn't suit your fancy, we have lots of options.
100%. We got over 70 different charitable E-Tab games you guys can play here at Pilot Games. Play any of them anytime to win huge prizes up to $1,500. All of those games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 and awesome bonus and free play rounds on top of all that.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. And we just talked about our Vikings bingo that runs from 12 all the way till 1. But we also have game day bingo coming right after that from 1 to 4. That's the 50-cent card edition. Well, you'll have an opportunity at a mega prize of $22,334. You take home in 47 balls or less. A major prize of $3,190. You take home in 51 balls or less. And the minor prize, it's probably going to grow pretty large during our happy hour, as that minor's at $138.
Wow.
You can take home in 52 balls or less, already grown pretty high, and will grow as those games go on because every single game it clicks up 2 balls. Now, if any of those jackpots you miss out during that 1 to 4 time, you'll have more opportunities during our happy hour bingo, which run from 4 all the way till 6. We got 2 games of Lucky 4 bracketing those 23 games of game day bingo that you'll continue on that great gameplay with. But those 2 games of Lucky 4 bingo, you'll have an opportunity to take home a $38,406 prize. So if you miss out on 4 o'clock, you'll have another opportunity at 6 o'clock.
100%. So definitely come on out for some of that bingo happening at happy hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. But of course, we do have some awesome Skull Bingo to get into, starting from 6 to 10 normally. But tonight we do have a PGL specialty night, interrupting a little bit. It will be happening from about 6:40 to 8:30 is usually how long it is?
No, it's the 6:40 to 8:30 is MegaSota game night.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
But
it's not Tuesday tonight.
Yeah, it's TwinsWinsDay tonight,
Yes, it
and
is
so that runs
Wednesday.
from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday.
I totally had it in my mind that it was Tuesday right now. But of course, MegaSota game night, as you guys know, it was already 6:40 to 8:30 last night, like it is every single Tuesday. Got a lot of awesome PGL games during that time, so definitely some cool stuff. Hopefully you guys had fun last night. But Skull Bingo, it will be happening tonight from 6 to 7 and then 9 to 10 since, like Ian said, it is TwinsWinsDay tonight.
Yes, and it may be we're on our final TwinsWinsdays, as today is, I think, the final game for our Twins. So we'll be going over during that TwinsWinsday of what happened in that final game with them and the White Sox.
Awesome. Oh, hopefully it's good news. I haven't really heard of the last couple games, to be honest. Okay. Well, we got some Skull Bingo $1 cards to talk about because we got some pretty nice prizes geared up for tonight. That line prize is starting things off at $37 and 10 balls or less to win. That large frame jackpot is over $4,470 and 43 balls or less to win. And that coverall jackpot starting off at $6,533 and 50 balls or less to win.
Yeah, should be some really, really fun stuff. Make sure you guys are coming out for Skull Bingo as well as our specialty night, TwinsWinsDay. And if you're coming out for that night, you got to be signed up at PGL.world. Those players compete for points to get into our top 10, as well as they get insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has so much great information in it. One little, cherry on top, you get your name highlighted when you get signed up, and we got some new players that just did so.
That's right. We got some of them right here. Starting it off is Stu71. Then we got Blue Frog 12, Pink Fly 123, Fred Trisha, BJ Palumbo, okay, Andrew Scar, Sparky File, Gina 1440, B Sant Jair 34, and Midnight. Awesome
Definitely
stuff.
some great names out there. I feel like Sparky File is just like a really happy version of the X-Files.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And, of course, Fred Trisha, big-time player.
Oh, big-time player.
Right.
We show off the player picture all the time, especially right now as they are our player spotlight of this week.
Awesome.
We'll talk about them later on in the broadcast, as we do at the end of every broadcast. But we have some PGL standings to get into right now, and we had some shakeups in these standings that happened just last night, some of them being some really big shakeups. But in the bottom half of our standings, moving up from 10th into 9th, we got Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin with 659,770 points. Passing up 10th place player previously in 9th, Keeves over at Clearwater Corners with 618,400 points.
Wow, okay. Well, hey, awesome stuff to Sarah Honey, able to get ahead a spot a little bit further into the top 10. But other than that, I mean, we still got everybody kind of sitting where they were. Chapster at Moe's is still in 8th. Nixon over at VFW Roseville still at 7th. Not too far behind Keith over in 6th place in Billy's Rockford. But people start to really distinguish themselves once you get into the top 5, top 4.
Oh, yeah.
Bryzo over at the Underground Bar is in 5th place. He's kind of a little bit behind the top 4. He's at 728,000 points. But next up in 4th place, previously in 2nd, it's Bergar over at Rusty Nail Thief River Falls. 764,000 points now, and actually a decent a ways behind the top 3 now.
Yeah, as Bergar was not out there playing yesterday, and so these players that were right behind him got some really good point totals last night.
100%. So now getting into him, 3rd place rising from 4th, it's Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill, taking away 779,000 points now, over 30,000, or no, over 10,000 points ahead of Bergar.
Yeah.
2nd place, moving in from 3rd, it's Devoided over at Roadside, now with 790,000 points, looking pretty set in 2nd place. But they still got a while to go before they catch up to Forget UD over at VFW Austin, who is holding down 1st place right now, over 1,107,000 points.
Yeah, definitely some crazy stuff there happening in the standings. Devoided, good job getting into that top 2. Sloppy getting into that top 3. Should be some crazy stuff, but it's a tight-knit race throughout most of these standings, as Devoided in 2nd place is only about 80,000 points ahead of Keith in 6th place. And so that can be made up in a few PGL games, because I think some of those PGL games, the good point getter ones, give you like 40,000 PGL points.
Exactly, and that's one game at a time.
Yeah, exactly. So you can really make some big rises, even back there in 6th place, Keith. I could see you getting into that 2nd place spot, but it would definitely take a little bit more of a rise to catch up to Forget UD in the 1 million point club. But on to the location side of these standings, we had a shake up in 9th and 8th place, as getting bumped back from 8th into 9th, we got Corner Bar and Grill Winstead with 1,925,000 points. Moving up, not only out of the in the 8th place, but also into the 2 million point club. Moving from 9th and 8th, we got VFW Austin with 2,013,000 points.
Some awesome stuff, but other than that, we still got the top 3 remaining the same for the locations. 3rd place is still VFW Northfield with 2,652,000 points. 2nd is still Poppers in Virginia with 2,746,000 points. And 1st place has a good hold on 1st, by the way. Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 3,204,000 points.
Definitely some awesome stuff there, and really, really cool locations getting after it this week. Hopefully we can see some shakeups in these standings after tonight. Any kind of locations that you're looking out for? I'm going to say Friendly Buffalo and Big Lake for my location to watch, as they're closing in on Corner Pocket and Rice.
Yeah, I was going to say that they might possibly get into the top 5, but I think I'm going to go with Mabel Liquor Store cracking into the top 3.
Okay, yeah, they definitely could. They need some big points, but not impossible. I would also like to make the hot take that both of our 2 back locations, 10th and 9th place, will be in the 2 million point club after tonight.
No, I agree. I think they're right on that border to where if they even play like a few games, they could definitely make it.
For sure. But if you guys want to stay up to date with all the shakeups in the standings, everything new with Pilot Games, give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games, click on our logo, and you'll be able to see all those great things, along with event details, reminders, player pictures, and so much more, like a website link, which is our link tree. It has links to bar locations, socials, and so much more. It's just an awesome place to just find out anything Pilot Games related.
100%. So definitely check us out on there. We got a whole lot of stuff going on, but we do have the most important part to get to, the player spotlight of this week. And, of course, it is Fred Trisha over at Moonlight Bay, taking away $49,051. And it was an insane jackpot supporting a great charity over at Moonlight Bay, and that charity is the Northern Lakes Youth Hockey. Their mission statement is to promote a fun, fair, and safe environment that maximizes participation, improves player skills, while developing sportsmanship, teamwork, and self-confidence.
Oh, yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there. We'll be back in 10 minutes to play some Vikings bingo, but while you're waiting, remember, when you play Pilot Games, your community wins.
There it is. 53
balls.
balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby.
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching,
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience. Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Come on, let's get stinking rich. Smell you later. Smells like money. Five free plays awarded. That smells wild. It doesn't get any better than that. Smells like a big one. Five times multiplier. It's raining cash. You gotta play to win.
Hey guys, and we are here for a Cup of Joe, and we're transferring over to the Viking studio. Yes, just 5 seconds to get into this game, and we got $17,684 of total prizes, and most of that is coming from our coverall jackpot that's sitting at $17,500. Let's see what it's sitting at once this first ball drops, as our line prize in large M are sitting at a $15, and that coverall is at $17,636. Huge prize, and we'll be streaming all these games to you guys live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
Awesome stuff. But of course, we have been sending out a ton of new Pilot TVs to a ton of new locations. Before we get into them and shout them out, we do have Steve over at Our Place on 3rd taking away that line prize of $15. Nice job to you, Steve. But of course, those Pilot TVs have now been sent out to the Rusty Duck 2, Happy Hour in Madison, Toppers, Wind Rift Lounge, Westfield Golf Club, Eagles in Austin, Mapleview Lounge 2, the Cree Bar and Grill, Bobby Joe's, the Bar and Grill, American Legion Fridley, Municipal Liquor Store in Eagle Bend, and VFW in Eagle Bend.
Yeah, definitely some great locations getting those Pilot TVs. Let us know if you're watching on one, and we'll shoot you out some luck. But we got 4 balls away from this $15 large M, and we want to get this out quickly so we have a run-up at this 17-gram jackpot. And if you win this jackpot, you'll be making our jackpot list, which we've given out 304 jackpots during this season 12, and 18 of which came from just the last 7 days, and 3 came from just yesterday.
Oh, awesome stuff. Well, starting it off, it was Nixon over at VFW Roseville, winning $896.
Big time
Nice job,
player.
Nixon. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, one of our usually in one of our top 10s, but I don't know if Nixon's in one of our top 10s right now.
I think PGL right now.
PGL standings. Yeah. Okay, definitely a big time player. Probably was out there during the PGL games winning that $800 prize. But we actually had a split prize go out later on in the day as Mixter over at Patriot Lane split up a prize with BP Bup over at River Inn Bar and Grill. They split up an over $1,400 prize that they each got $745 in.
Awesome stuff to you guys. Nice job taking away that jackpot. But we do have Yo-Yo over at Valley Inn and Debbie Lou over at VFW Spring Lake Park and T-Bone over at Poppers. Loser Dave over at Finlayson Municipal Bar. All of them splitting up that large gem. But we have moved on to the must-go prize of $23, and T-Bone over at Poppers taking it all for themselves. Nice job to all the winners on this game.
Yeah, at least a few of those players are in our top 10s in our lunchtime bingo. Loser Dave and T-Bone. Loser Dave close to getting bumped out of our top 5, I think it is. Right in that 5th place spot. I think T-Bone's trying to get into that top 5, and we'll see which one of them can get more wins during today. Right now, T-Bone on top. But we're about to get enrolled in game number 2 of Vikings Bingo with that jackpot still available. So get enrolled, press play, and we'll hopefully give out that big $17,000 prize.
100%. But of course, we do have a brand new E-Tab game that just came out. It's called Bounty Hunter. Collect some lucky horseshoes and try out the Bonanza bonus round. Or you can try out your luck and pick a lucky door in the Saloon Door bonus round, hopefully leading you to some big jackpots.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there. And we love a good Western-themed game.
Oh,
as I've been talking about since it came out, that I want more modern Westerns.
Oh, I agree. No, I think like right now, it's just like a genre of movie that is just for the taking. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Nobody's doing it.
Nobody's doing it good. Nobody's doing it at all. You know what I mean? And for those movies that have come out in the past 10 years, like there's only been a couple that you might be able to like say like, oh, they're classics.
Yeah, really a lot of them. I only know of like the comedy parody like ones that have come out that are like
that aren't even really great.
No, they're not even great. They just they got a lot of popularity because they're comedy action and less that they are a Western. I want like a true Western to come out again.
I'd say the Westerns that have come out in the past like 10 years or so that I would say like can be maybe even in my top 50 movies would be like There Will Be Blood and whatchamacallit, man, what's that? There's another one where it's just like it's a Western, but it's like in modern day. And it's like it's so crazy. It's a super good movie.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up because I haven't heard that one. I think Django Unchained gets up there in my list.
Oh, 100%.
Just because it's just really it's one of the best action comedies I've seen in a long time, and it's also just like a really well acted out movie. Like the actor's really committed to a lot of those roles. We just highlighted one of my favorite actors from that movie as he is the partner with Jamie Foxx in that one, playing the fake dentist.
Yeah.
And
whatchamacallit? What's his name?
He's also in why am I blanking? He's the villain in
Inglourious Basterds.
Yes, exactly.
I forget his name. He's a European dude. Here, let me look up.
It was just his birthday yesterday, but that's another one that I think is really good. That's a newer Western.
Christoph Waltz.
Yes, really good actor.
He's great. Yeah, no, he's really good. But the movie I was talking about, though, it was No Country for Old Men.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Great movie.
Yeah, very good movie. I love good Westerns. So, yeah, maybe we should see some more Westerns be put out there.
100%, no, I agree. But, of course, if you want to keep up with any more possible Western E-Tab games, give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. Search at Pilot Games and you will see our logo. That way you can see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and a lot more than that too. You can also click the website link on our Facebook to see our link tree. It has links to bar locations, other social medias like Instagram and Twitter, and a lot more than that too. So definitely check them all out. And, of course, leave some comments and stuff. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, we definitely like hearing from those players. And we got great bingo going on all day long that you can find on that Facebook page. And we get every single day start off with a Cup of Joe with Jordy. That happens Monday through Friday. And it's just a 20-minute segment that talks about all the best prizes and shakeups in the standings that have happened the day previous or that are upcoming in that day. But then right after that, you get into what you're in right now. From 12 to 1, Vikings Bingo, 25-cent card edition. We got that $17,716 coverall prize that we're hoping to be able to give out in this one right here.
Awesome stuff, but we do have Tez over at Poppers taking away the line of $15. Nice job to Tez. We're now about 5 balls away from that large M, and we got that jackpot in the future.
Yeah, and after that Vikings Bingo, that's when you get into the onslaught of Game Day Bingo that happens, because that runs from 1 all the way till 4, and then from 4 all the way till 6, with a little bit of Lucky 4 Bingo interrupting that for our happy hour action. But while we're doing unhosted Game Day Bingo, that happens from 1 to 4. And there's a mega, major, and minor prize that are all looking really, really good. That minor's at $138. You can take home in 52 balls or less. That major prize is at $3,190. You take home in 51 balls or less. And that mega prize is at $22,334. You can take home in 45 balls or less. And if any of those jackpots don't go out, roll over to the 4 to 6 time, you'll have more opportunities at those games.
Awesome stuff. So then we come on out from 1 to 4 p.m. for the initial chances at Game Day Bingo, and then you can stick around till 4 to 6 p.m. for some more Game Day Bingo for the happy hour edition. Of course, during that time, we got 2 games of Lucky 4 Bingo, the first one happening right at 4 p.m. to start off the live stream. And then until 6 p.m., we have 23 games of Game Day Bingo, and then we end off the stream with another game of Lucky 4 Bingo right at 6 p.m. But we do have another winner. It is none other than Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine. Big time winner, taking away some big time large M prize.
Yeah, I think the #1 player in our standings right now, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
trying to extend that lead right there as Sinbob is Nan is right on Scrub Eye's tail right now.
Awesome stuff. Well, hey, nice job to Scrub Eye, able to keep it up so far and even getting some more wins on top of it.
Yeah, we are working on this $23 must-go coverall prize and should be going out in the next few balls as we have a bunch of people 1 ball away. And there it is, Gen 77 or Gen 77 over at Average Joe's Bar Grill is taking home $23. Good job to all the winners in this game number 2 of Vikings Bingo. We're now getting rolled into a game number 3.
Awesome stuff. But of course, we were talking about the happy hour live stream, and during those 2 games of Lucky 4 Bingo, you can get over $38,000 on that jackpot. So it's definitely worth a try at some Lucky 4 Bingo.
Oh, yeah.
But right after that last game of Lucky 4, we do have some Skull Bingo to get into. It's the $1 cards tonight, and normally it runs from 6 to 10 p.m. But as you guys know, we do have a couple PGL games scattered throughout the week, including MegaSota Game Night. It starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Got a lot of great PGL games during that time, and since we did not give out the Jackpot Jungle Jackpot last night, it is now going up into $39,881 before anyone gets enrolled.
Yeah.
And you can win that coverall jackpot in 54 balls or less to win.
Should be over $40,000 when it tries to go out next week. Should be some fun stuff. But tonight we have another PGL night, which should be a lot of fun.
That's right. Of course, it is TwinsWinsDay. It goes from 7 to 9 like it does every single Wednesday. A lot of great PGL games during this time, too, including some great high and low tournaments, and of course a grand finale of back-to-back games of Wipeout Blackout.
Yeah, super fun. If you like Skull Bingo, you should definitely try Wipeout Blackout. But get back to Skull Bingo, we got those prizes available that are going to be run from 6 to 7 and from 9 all the way till 10. And those prizes are not something you'll want to miss out on, as it's a line prize of $37 you take home in 10 balls. So it should go really quickly and probably will go out during some of those times. The large frame is at $4,479. You take home in 43 balls or less, and that coverall just went out this weekend, and that is $6,533 that you can win in 50 balls or less.
Awesome stuff. Well, hey, definitely come out for some Skull Bingo tonight, and of course some TwinsWinsDay action at the same time.
We got great bingo going all day today, so make sure you guys are just stick around in your bars, whatever it is. You should have a good time.
100%. But of course, it is going to be a great time because it is also National Rhode Island Day today.
Ooh.
Wrapping up the original 13 colonies, finally, we got Rhode Island Day on October 5th, recognizes the last colony to join the Union. The Ocean State joined the Union on May 4th of 1776.
Oh, yeah, and
That's
for today, because me and John are going to be here later today, and we'll talk about probably a lot of fun facts and laws about Rhode Island. Today, for this broadcast, we're going to look up what is the mythical creature of Rhode Island. You know how each state has like a different mythical creature that exists there.
I feel like this might be Mothman territory. This might be Mothman territory. If it's not Mothman, then I'm going to say Bigfoot. It's one of the two.
Okay. Let's see. Well, okay, we have 9
European giant hornets.
We have 9 best myths and urban legends in Rhode Island.
Oh.
Mercy Brown the vampire is one of them. So they believe vampires exist in Rhode Island, and
this is a colony state.
And it was actually a panic during the 19th century, there was just a vampire panic during the 19th century.
Yeah, so her family was struck by a tuberculosis outbreak during, obviously that time was really bad.
Wow,
and so they didn't really know a whole lot about it.
And she lived or something through it.
The town, so she's the only one that survived, and everybody was like, oh, she must have been the one to kill everybody.
Yeah, she's the vampire.
Yeah, and whatchamacallit. What? And oh my gosh, they did a lot of terrible things.
That's horrible.
Well, that's not even a fun myth.
No.
Wow.
No.
I don't even want to get into it.
No. Okay, we got the Foster.
Rhode Island is intense.
The Foster Witch, which is another 19th century
I have a bad
one,
about
and we're
this
not
one,
going to
too.
read about it. We're just going to. They suspected of witchcraft within their town, and they found their witch, who was Dolly, I think.
Yeah. Some say her ghost still haunts the town. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it looks like she disappeared before they actually could catch her.
Oh.
And yeah, she wasn't there.
Oh, wow.
They tried to burn down her house, and she wasn't there, and they don't know what happened to her, and they say the ghost still haunts the town.
That's crazy. That's crazy stuff. Well, hey, better watch out for her when you're sticking around Rhode Island.
Yeah.
But we do have a winner before we get into another one.
Yes.
We have MD Mailman over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking away that line prize of $17. Nice job to you.
Yeah, and we'll talk about just one final one.
Ooh, okay. So we have a haunted hotel. That one's pretty cool. It's actually titled as America's Most Haunted Hotel.
Okay.
And apparently for a reason. If you ask a concierge, they'll tell you stories of the murders and disappearing visitors that will make you want to book a new reservation immediately.
That is awesome. I mean, you can actually go and get a reservation.
Yeah. No, it's
go do
funny.
that.
They're super popular all around the
I know
US.
there's a lot of people who love the whole entire. No, I haven't been to one. I went outside of one that was reportedly haunted and had reports of people seeing other people walk in the windows and different kinds of stuff, but it was completely closed down, and it was right behind the hotel I was staying at. And so while I was driving down to Virginia Beach, me and Jordy ended up going out, and we were right out in front of it. And then in daylight hours, we actually were able to step into the building and take a quick peek in.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool stuff. But of course, we do have Oki over at VFW Blaine taking away a large. Nice job to Oki. We do have the must go for that coverall. Oki is now 1 ball away. But yeah, I've never been in an official haunted hotel or any mansion.
I would love to actually stay at one.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. With a group.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Definitely with a group. I would want a group.
100%. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. So.
Exactly. What's that quote from?
I have no idea.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
It might just be a joke.
It might be just one. There's also mysterious stone figures hidden in the woods in a circular formation that looks almost like an altar in
cool.
Rhode Island.
It's Michael from The Office.
Yes. Okay, it's an Office quote. That's what it is.
That's
I love it. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little
It kind of
stitious.
makes sense that that's an Office quote.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Well, happy National Rhode Island Day. Next up on our list is National Get Funky Day.
Awesome.
Find your groove and get funky on October 5th on National Get Funky Day.
Awesome.
I feel like this is a day for our local pilot player,
100%.
Funk.
That's right. Did we go over this coverall winners?
No, we
got
didn't.
No Show over at McPete's Sports Bar, D-Do over Old Piper Inn, and Oki over at VFW Blaine. All of them splitting up that coverall win. Nice job to you guys and the rest of the winners. But of course, get funky in honor of Funk.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely a great day. Now, what is the go-to dance move for John Higgins?
Oh, probably Robot. It's probably the funniest to me.
You're just okay. What is something that I can do that I know is it's in the realm of if I do it, I can make it look awkward and it still is acceptable.
Exactly. And you can do little weird things with it too. Just make it funny.
Make it whip around and hit your head and you're bouncing and everything. That's a good choice. That's definitely a good choice. I'm gonna go with the shopping cart. I
no,
love
that's a good one.
the shopping cart. I mean,
like I think that whole genre.
And you're browsing the aisles. You know, you got the sprinkler.
Yeah. The lawnmower.
Lawnmower, another great one.
That's probably a classic
That's
next
a
to
top
shopping
tier
cart.
one. Yeah, lawnmower, shopping cart. That's hard to pick between those two. It's my favorite dance move. Let me try and think.
They have, like,
I mean,
there's
there's the
a whole
full
ton of them.
blown like sprinkler where like you're
have
at the
yeah.
full like head bob and everything
Yeah.
like that. That takes a little bit more skill. So
I agree.
like I need my balance fully intact for me to be able to pull off that dance move.
100%.
But definitely a great day to get funky. I know a good like little like a head wiggle with the disco hands is always a top tier move right there.
100%. Well, maybe take today, get your favorite dance moves out and get funky because it is National Get Funky Day.
Yeah. Did you ever try and learn any kind of like dance moves as a kid, like break dancing moves or anything like that?
No, not
'Cause
really.
I did.
The breakdancing stuff, I never really got into it, but my dad like knew how to break dance.
Like I wanted to, because like my dad, he was like, yeah, I won best dancer in high school and everything like that. And I was like, what? I want to be best dancer. And so like I like tried to pick up moves. Like I knew how to do like the pin drop, which is like where you put your foot behind your knee.
Oh, and then you
drop down and you spin out of it kind
Yep.
of deal. I know how to do that one. I always wanted to be able to do the whole entire put your elbows under your chest and be able to spin like while you're like you see those people do it.
Yeah, where they do it on the box.
The first time I ever saw it was was in High School Musical, where they're like breaking down in the hallway in High School Musical 2, and he comes down in the hallway and he just like is spinning on the ground and like goes into like just this craziness, and I was like, I want to be able to do that.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, there's some breakdancing is crazy. Like if I could, like that would be on the list of like if I could instantly learn a skill, like that would be an awesome one.
Yeah, it'd be
like just to
top
instantly
there.
master breakdancing. Like, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it would be like that and like disc golf.
Oh, disc golf would be so
I would love
funny.
to be just like excellent at disc golf.
Just like minor skills. What would be like the best minor skill to just master all of a
Just
sudden?
have like a little hobby skill kind of deal.
Yeah. Card tricks. That'd be the nerdiest thing ever.
Oh yeah,
that'd
that's
be great though.
Great. I would love to be good at like card tricks and stuff like that. Because
Like to be a master of it.
And especially because like I want to be a father one day. Like that would be so cool. Like you'd be the coolest kid in your kid's classroom if you knew a bunch of card tricks.
Exactly. But we do have a winner. We got Lindy Wins over at Lakefront Bar, and then we got Jen 77 over at Average Joe's Bar. Both of them splitting up that line prize. Nice job to you guys. But yeah, I think if I were to learn like a very minor skill, like just master it right off the bat, I think it would be like probably like baking or something, to be honest.
I would like to be able to know how to freestyle.
Freestyle, that would be hilarious, just to be able to always have the greatest freestyle
Exactly,
ever.
like just like because there's people that they just have rhymes like running through their head, and you can just be like, hey, do something off of this beat kind of thing, and you'll just be like pounding your desk and something, and they can give you a full like
a full song.
Yeah, full like minute and a half, because that's what songs are nowadays, like length kind of thing of freestyling, and I would love to be able to do that.
100%. Yeah, it's fun too. I think like when like multiple people can do it, it's pretty funny stuff.
Oh yeah.
But of course, we do have some more national days to get into. Before we do have Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine taking away the large M. Nice job to you. We still have the jackpot within reach. Loser Dave is 3 balls away along with T-Bone. But in the meantime, we got World Teachers Day. This day honors teachers and teacher organizations making vital contributions to the education and development of our future leaders. And this is a great day. I mean, like, there's really nothing to knock about this day. I mean, like, teachers, I feel like, are the most undervalued position in America.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy.
I wanted to be a teacher for a while. I wanted to do special education for a long time, and so I know there's a lot of work that goes into those teachers and preparing classroom assignments, and you really have to have a passion for it.
No, I agree.
But we do have a winner, as we have MJC over at American Legion Buffalo, taking home that $28 Musco coverall prize. That jackpot is growing and rolling into our next game, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled and pressing plays. I think we're getting into a game at number 4.
Yeah, I think it is indeed a game.
It's either game number 4 or game number 5. It's one of the two.
I think it's game number 4 is coming up.
Okay, sweet. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled, press play. We want to give out that jackpot. But World Teachers Day, if you were a teacher, what would you like to teach? What subject would you like to teach?
Probably Probably like history or something, to be
History.
honest.
I see you as a history teacher.
I
Just
like
because
history.
you like history, you're kind of a history buff yourself.
Yeah. No, I think history is something like that's super like there needs to be a lot more value on how it's taught in schools, I think. Like whether you think about one way or the other, I think it definitely needs to be.
I think history
changed.
is one of those things that is it's constantly
Especially
growing
like
and everything.
when you and I were growing up, like whatchamacallit, like I feel like there was a lot of things left out, like when we were learning things.
Yes,
But,
yes.
Like and like also like some like things that we were just like kind of lied about too.
Yeah,
and
those
it
things
just
that-
kind of stunts your like view of history,
Yeah.
especially like whatchamacallit, like your view of other countries, I think.
Oh, for sure. I definitely agree with that. You see a very, very one-sided version of history.
But every country does it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like if you go and learn history in the UK, it is crazy
Yeah,
how
like-
they explain it.
like how they
But like how they explain the American Revolution even.
Oh, I'm
is
sure.
so
I'm
insane.
sure it's viewed as like very negative towards Americans,
Yeah.
and when we teach it, it's viewed as very negative towards Europeans,
Yep.
and so it's all over the place with
It's
that
so
kind of
funny.
stuff. And so it's a really hard to teach history, but it's something that I feel like a lot of people, if you're passionate about it, you can figure out a ways to be able to teach it properly.
No, I agree.
I would probably, if I was going to be a teacher, I would like to. Gosh.
Art is a good answer. To
I
be
think I
honest.
would like art as well, but I'm not good enough with like art techniques or anything like that to like feel like I could do it. And I'm not a steady hand or anything like that, and so I think I would struggle with that. Funny enough that like I really struggled throughout high school writing papers and everything like that. I wouldn't mind teaching English.
English
Like-
would be fun.
Like
yeah.
I would like helping kids like learn how to do book reports, how to do those kinds of things. A
Yeah.
lot of the speaking sides of the English part, because I do like broadcasting and that kind of deal. I feel like I could definitely get into that kind of teaching. Maybe more of a what would that be? Liberal arts.
Yeah, liberal arts kind of thing. Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. I think another one would be like environmental science would be a lot of fun because you could like do a lot of like unique assignments with that.
Yes,
I feel like
I
you
think
get
that's-
really creative with the work.
Yeah, that seems like a really, really fun one as well. Anyone that I can really have like a little bit more freedom to do with what I'm doing and not like teach like a base like math curriculum.
Dude, robotics
teach
class.
A base like whatever curriculum, and you got a little bit more flexibility to like move around with it.
Yeah.
I would like doing that. Maybe marketing. I would like teaching marketing
Marketing
class.
would be really fun. Business classes were always really fun, and I knew the teacher was always having fun too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like because it's just such an easy class to learn and to teach.
Yes, and you do really fun projects because you can make them. You can do projects about marketing about things they're actually passionate about.
You can make them like sell things to each other, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I remember one time my teacher he made me we made a business, and the business was like you can make it anywhere in the world. You can make it about anything.
Okay.
But whoever is the most successful business, like based on all the like needs, like they can like win or whatever.
Yes.
But we do have Jesse over at Westside Tavern taking away that line prize of $20. Nice job to you, Jesse. But so anyways, we were making a business anywhere in the world, whatever it's about. We just have to base it like, okay, maybe if it's in like New Jersey, I should make some subs or a diner or something. Maybe if it's in Texas, make some barbecue or something.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a liquor store / bar. And I was like, all right, like where is the highest concentration of like alcoholism? and my teacher was just like, that's an interesting path to go on, John. But you know what? Like, I'll give you some time and I'll see what you can do with it.
That is
and I ended up
hilarious.
going to Belarus. I
That's
made a
funny.
store in Belarus, and I like made it so detailed. It was such a cool little liquor shop.
That is
And,
awesome.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I didn't end up winning. I think there's somebody with a better idea than me.
One of my favorite classes, and I would love to I think I could have fun with it teaching it as well, and that is my math class actually, and that's financial algebra.
Oh, okay.
Like where they actually teach you how to use the stock market, how to do all those different things.
Yeah,
I think
like
that's
interest rates and that sort of
I
thing.
think that's financial algebra that that is. And I really enjoyed being a part of that. And we did like stock simulators throughout the whole class. And like the people who got like the highest like revenue income like that week got like extra credit points towards the quiz at the end of the week because we had weekly quizzes in it.
Yeah.
Because I think we had no homework. The only homework was to adjust our stock market stuff and like pay attention to that. And then it was just quizzes at the end of it for that like chapter. And it was like my favorite chapter of math I've ever done.
That's pretty cool. No, that's fun. I think like something like that keeps you like actually like putting real life like things onto what you're learning. I think that makes it so much easier to learn about it.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Especially like something like extra credit, even putting extra credit in like that. That's a really smart idea. But we do have a couple winners. We got Tez over at Poppers taking away the large M, and of course Kirby taking away that coverall over at VFW Blaine all to themselves. Nice job to Jesse, Tez, and Kirby all winning on this game.
Yeah, and also you can't grade people on how good they do on the stock market because even people who know the stock market can't predict the stock market.
Exactly.
So like he just gave extra credit to the people who did well in the assignment, like who were getting good revenues and not giving actual. It was just participation grade for like adjusting and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But we are about to get enrolled into the halfway point of these games. Hopefully you are doing so we can try to give out this over $17,000 jackpot. And we got another national day to get into. But happy World Teachers Day. Here's a little luck to all you teachers out there. If you're playing right now, why aren't you at school? But next up on this list, we got National Apple Betty Day. On October 5th, fall ushers in National Apple Betty Day with a sweet aroma of apple baked in cinnamon and oats. I've never had an Apple Betty.
It's just like another way to make like apple turnover, apple crumble.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it looks exactly what I've had. Basically an apple Betty.
Oh, it looks like some people put like orange juice in it.
Ooh, well, if you're wondering what's the difference between an Apple Betty and an Apple Crisp, both of these desserts are very similar. For example, they each use a buttery crumble topping. The difference, though, is the Apple Brown Betty dessert topping is mostly the flour, brown sugar, and butter that makes it crispy, and a Apple Crisp topping, on the other hand, is typically containing oats.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense.
So it's more of the bake that makes it crispy instead of the crunch of the material that's actually on the apple dessert.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I would definitely eat it, like, to be honest. Like, it's just, it's like the same things just made in a slightly different way.
The creator was African-American woman whose name was Betty, and that's why we call it an Apple Betty.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
That's really, really cool stuff.
100%. That is really cool stuff. Well, yeah, Apple Betties, they're pretty good. 100%.
Definitely really cool, and I could definitely eat one on today. So happy National Apple Betty Day.
Awesome stuff. Well, hey, we got one more to get into, and it's a pretty important one. It is National Do Something Nice Day. Each year on this day, people across the nation observe National Do Something Nice Day.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do something nice, whether you're just holding the door, doing the nice gesture like that, or you're, I don't even know. I don't even paying for the next person in line for you at the whatever drive-thru you're at.
That's right.
There's oppormunities all around you.
As long as it's not like over $15.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. You go. How much are they spending? Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
Wait, were you the one that messed up with that had to pay like $40 or something like that?
No, it wasn't me.
I knew or I think, was it somebody we both knew?
It was someone we both knew.
Yeah.
I was there for the conversation. But it may have not even been one of our friends. It might have been a friend of our friends that told the story of that happening.
Yeah, well, so the story was, it was like, I think a lot of people have probably had this happen to them, but he went up and somebody paid for his meal.
Yes.
And so he was like, oh, like, sweet.
Like a $15 meal.
Yeah,
like
it was like a
15.
normal, like top 15. Like he got like maybe a Big Mac meal, some fries and stuff. But, and he was like, oh, sweet. Like, okay, I'll pay for the people behind me then. And he like, reached out his card and was like, here you go. And the lady was like, are you sure? It's like $45. And he was like, he had the card already out, and he was like, yeah.
So he just fed a family of 5.
Like, oh my goodness, I can't. I mean, that's like awesome though.
Yeah.
Like that family of 5 was probably like
Like someone actually paid for that?
That was probably a big total. Like whenever I get up to a drive-through and I'm paying for my girlfriend and my little girlfriend's little sister too, it's usually almost $40. So if I find out I'm getting it for free, I'm flipping out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. We do have Tez over at Poppers as well as Captain over at our place on 3rd, splitting up that $20 line prize. We're now working on that $20 large M as we get into some negative Twins news as they're coming into the final parts of the season, and they've lost the last 2 games as the Chicago White Sox beat them 8-3 on Tuesday night. But they'll have another opportunity to play the Chicago White Sox tonight to end off the season on a right note as they play them at 3:10 p.m., just a little bit after we get off air and a little bit before we get into our happy hour action.
That's right. So definitely some awesome stuff. Hopefully we end off the season with at least one more W.
Yes. Yes. I'm glad that all of our other sports teams seem to be heading in the right direction.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, and we have positions that are heading in the right direction.
For our Twins, for sure.
Yeah. But
I mean, we still ended with a 75+ record.
Yeah.
Win record. I mean, we didn't do absolutely we weren't absolute dog water during this one, but just wasn't the way we wanted to see.
Yeah, 100%. So it looks like Luis Reyes is actually competing for the batting title tonight.
Really?
So Minnesota's utility whiz is hitting 31.315%, so 31%.
Wow.
4 points ahead of the Yankees' Aaron Judge, who just hit 62 home runs, by the way, beating Roger Marie or Marie, whatever his name is. Roger Maris.
Yeah,
and he was the home run leader for the American League, obviously. Barry Bonds and et cetera. They have more.
We do have our winners on this one. Sparkle 31 over at the Lincoln Depot, taking home $20. And then $30, just 3 balls away from taking home that jackpot, but still $30 going out to you. Jen 77 over at Average Joe's Bar and Grill. We're now getting enrolled into a game number 6 of Vikings Bingo. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled. Press play as that jackpot's continuing to grow into this next one.
Awesome stuff, but there's only one game left in the regular season, and Luis Reyes is coming into this game a little dinged up, but he's saying, I'm feeling maybe 70-80% right now, but I am playing for sure. He wants to play.
Yeah, he wants to get that title.
Yeah, he said, we're just getting ready for tomorrow. I will give it 100%, try to do my best. He hinted, Rocco Baldelli hinted that he'll likely be the designated hitter again, just because he wants to play so bad.
And you don't want him out there actually playing out on the field because he's injured. But he's trying to make it work and trying to get that batting record.
He'll be the 5th Twin in franchise history to get the batting batting record.
Wow, that would be awesome. So let's send a little bit of luck out to Luis Reyes, who is trying to set a little bit of history for our Minnesota Twins. And you guys can send some luck over to our Twins by playing the great E-Tab game Twins Win. Play wherever you guys are playing Pilot Games at and see if you can take home some Grand Slam prizes.
Yeah, 100%. But definitely a lot riding on this game. If he doesn't win the batting title, then Aaron Judge will take home the Triple Crown.
Wow.
The batting title, home runs, and RBIs.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be
Aaron
crazy.
Judge is having a ridiculous season this year.
He's having a historic season. It's crazy. Because not only him passing up Babe Ruth and Roger Maris for the single season record, also passing up Babe Ruth was Albert Pujols.
Yes.
And he just got 703 home runs now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Aaron Judge, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. He's one of those players that we've had lots of conversations about how he is one of those very few athletes where you look at him in his respective sport and you go, I think he could have chose any sport and he would have thrived.
Yeah, he might have even done better.
He could have done tennis, and I'm telling you that hitting power would have translated to tennis.
Yeah. And the hand-eye coordination.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
He would have been dominant at tennis too. He would have been dominant at basketball. Would have been dominant at football. I think he's just one of those athletes that transcends sports, and that's why he's just so good at what he does. It's kind of like LeBron.
Yes.
He can play any sport, and he would have been one of the greatest at his position, whatever sport he played, kind of thing. There's a lot of guys that are very similar to that. You see it less in football because it's very positionalized, specialized kind of thing where you don't see these crazy athletes like that can do it all.
Yeah.
But I feel like with some of those other sports, you can be like, oh yeah, that dude would be good at anything.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, even it's funny because the other baseball player that's really good, Mookie Betts, he is like crazy at everything too.
Uh-huh.
But, like, it's funny because he's more of like a Steph Curry athlete, but like he is a Steph Curry athlete. Like he's good at basketball. It's hilarious.
I'm sure. But like Aaron Judge, I think can
he's
actually
just
play
like
in the
absolute
NBA.
Physical freak. Yeah.
Like I don't think
Mookie Betts probably couldn't make it.
Yeah, because he's just so short. Like it would be tough for him.
He's short, but like he can do things. Like he'd probably like dominate like pickup. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But like Aaron Judge might be able to play professional like organized basketball.
Oh, like he can go out there and guard power forwards, small forwards, like all those guys, like because of his size. He's just huge. But definitely crazy stuff about Aaron Judge. But we're hoping that we can prevent him from getting the Triple Crown so that Luis Arias can get that title. Should be some really good stuff. Not the Triple Crown title, but the batting average title, which should be some good stuff. But the combination of Twins Bingo and Vikings Bingo during our lunchtime does get combined up into a standings that we call the Twiking Zones. We had some shakeups just yesterday happen.
Awesome stuff. Well, hey, starting it off in the player standings, 10th place falling from 9th, it was T-Bone over at Poppers with 89,000 points. Before I go further, though, we do have a winner.
Red over at American Legion Fridley, big-time player in these standings that you'll go over in just a second, taking home $21 on this one.
Awesome stuff. But now 9th place, taking T-Bone's spot, it was Kirby over at VFW Blaine. Kirby now has 93,000 points in 9th place. Now in 8th place, it's Red over at Monty Sports Bar, somebody who just won. Red has 101,000 points and trying to up his point totals too. 7th place, we got Tez over at Poppers with 116,000 points. 6th place is Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant with 122,000 points. 5th place is Loser Dave over at Finlayson Municipal Bar with 178,000 points. 4th is actually falling from 3rd. It's Sin Bob over at not Corky's Bar, but Bedrock. He's not playing at his normal location. But Sin Bob has 193,000 points in 4th place. Rising from 4th, taking that 3rd place spot, it was Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's with 194,000 points, only 1,000 points ahead of Sin Bob. In 2nd place, making it into the 200,000 point club, it's Nan over at Corky's Bar in South Haven with 200,000 points. But before I get into 1st, we do have a winner.
Captain over at our place on 3rd, taking home that $20 large gem. Good job to both those players as we have a great run-up at this $18,000 jackpot. So go over that number 1 player before we get to 52 balls.
That's right. His 1st place right now is, of course, Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine with 205,000 points.
And let's see if this is going out. No, we are moving on to a must-go prize of $30. We had a great run-up on it, but just not quite able to do it. I do see High Rise and Bryzow out there, 2 balls away, and we'll see if they can get the win. But on to the location standings. 10th place, we got Steve-O's at Crystal with 92,000 points. With 99,000 points in 9th place, we got Halfley's Bar in Richmond. Before I get into the 100,000 point club, we do have a winner.
That's right. It is MJCJ over at American Legion Buffalo, taking it away. Nice job to you.
Yeah, but back onto the location standings. The 100,000 point club gets started off in 8th place. And that's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 114,000 points. With 123,000 points in 7th place, we got Miniger Sports Hub in La Crescent. 6th place, getting bumped back from 5th, we got our place on 3rd in Faribault with 224,000 points. Passing up our place on 3rd in moving to from 6th to 5th place, we got VFW Blaine with 226,000 points. With 308,000 points in 4th place, we got Poppers in Virginia. 3rd place is Corky's Bar South Haven with 369,000 points. And in 2nd place, we got American Legion Fridley with 423,000 points. But the location that's running away with it, it wasn't 1st place last season. 1st place again this season. It's VFW Spring Lake Park with 534,000 points. Just having a fantastic season so far.
Yeah, awesome stuff to the locations and player side of things. You guys are doing crazy in those standings right now. But of course, We do only have 2 minutes left to get into this next game, and we got $18,000 on that jackpot, 52 balls or less to win. But in the meantime, we got some awesome Timberwolves news to get into because Anthony Edwards, he has spent this summer working on his jump shot, his playmaking, and his defense in an effort to make that third-year leap into stardom, which is a pretty big year, to be honest.
Yeah, you see every single star. By the time it's their third year, they have become solidified stars. Yeah. Usually it doesn't take past that for people to solidify their stardom.
Yeah.
If they don't,
especially for superstars.
Yeah, for the superstars, for the guys who become the number ones on championship-level teams. Yeah. And that's what we're hoping Anthony Edwards can become. Yeah. And so we'll see if he can do it this year.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I think so. I honestly think he's on his way. But the early returns on that work were promising. In a 121-111 win over the Heat, he put up 24 points and 9 for 15 shooting.
Very efficient.
Honestly, in under 23 minutes of work, with 3 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, a block, and only 1 turnover. So kind of, honestly, doing everything all over the floor.
Yeah, and in only 23 minutes. Like, he's not playing a bunch of time.
In a preseason game.
Yeah.
You're probably passing him more to your new guys, trying to, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really care too much.
Yeah.
But with Towns, Gobert, and Russell watching from one bench, and Jimmy Butler, Victor Oladipo, and mercifully Gabe Vincent watching from the other, Edwards was by far the best player on the court. Miami still had Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, and Tyler Hero in uniform, but it was no contest. This was only a preseason game, so there weren't any grand conclusions to be drawn from it. But the absence of the other 3 Wolves stars allowed Coach Chris Finch to have everything revolve around Edwards, and he looked completely comfortable in the middle of it all. And honestly, I hope we play more hero ball with Edwards.
Yeah, I hope to see, because you see it. I don't want all the time hero ball.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you lose games. That's how you become the Rockets who get knocked out of the second round every single year with James Harden.
Yep.
Because you get into, we have to run hero ball to win these games. I don't want that.
No.
But when you have those big moments, you have those big games, you see it when LeBron is in that game 5 with 2 minutes left on the clock. LeBron goes down and scores every single point in those final 2 minutes, or he's passing to the assist on the score. Like, he's assisting the score in those 2 minutes, or he's whatever it is, he's setting the pick for the score in those 2 minutes. He's always involved in the score in those final 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards can be that same kind of player, just completely involved within the team in those final 2 minutes when you need certified buckets.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I think the way our team is built, running the ball through him, like when we're finishing games, it's such a great like position to be ran through. Like because we have power forward Karl Anthony Towns, we have a center Rudy Gobert, we have our point guard D'Angelo Russell, and then small forward is pretty interchangeable, I think, right now.
Yeah.
With a couple different dudes that could be on the closing lineup. But I think like Anthony Edwards just has so many options. Either facilitating or, having enough room to be able to drive in or having enough room to even be able to take a shot on the perimeter. Yeah. Our team is really built nice for that right now.
No, I think there's a lot of positives to look at this team, and the fact that Anthony Edwards is already looking like he's taken that next step. I mean, in first game back into NBA competition, going up against not a bad team with Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo still on the floor for that Heat team, putting up 24 points, winning the game, doing everything right, only 1 turnover. Just seems like a great progression into stardom for him. And I can't wait to see when those actual stars get out there, because honestly, my player to watch is D'Angelo Russell.
Ooh, I think he's going to have the biggest improvement.
I think that the Rudy Gobert trade improves D'Angelo Russell more than it improves any other player, because you can start off with that great pick and roll that D'Angelo Russell is known for. When he's with the Nets, 75%, even I think more than that, their plays start off with a pick and roll. That was the peak of D'Angelo Russell's offensive performance, and I think we can do a very similar thing with even more elite players that he had than he had with those Nets.
Exactly. I mean, dude, that is literally what Rudy Gobert's like name of the game, dude. Like, he wants to do pick and roll every time he's on the offense. So it's like, if we have a dude like where his best year came out of him being able to do only that, like, I mean, these guys go perfect together.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 other offensive threats on the floor if that pick and roll, crushes and crumbles.
Can I tell you what I just heard, which I love this take on Rudy Gobert, because a lot of people have mixed takes about Rudy Gobert, and it all comes down to the perimeter defense in the playoffs.
Yep.
Like, that's where people are like, I don't like Rudy Gobert because his defense is only regular season kind of thing. Before we talk more about Timberwolves, we do have some winners in this game.
That's right. We got Gen 77 over Average Joe's Bar and Grill, Stacy over Dunmeyer's, and Rick and Robin over an American Legion Fridley. All of them splitting up the large M. And then we had Boo Hoo over at Halfley's Bar and Juicy Loser over at VFW Columbia Heights. All of them splitting up that coverall. Nice job to you guys. And then, of course, nice job to the rest of the winners on this game.
Oh, yeah. But definitely great stuff in this game. Hopefully we can give out that jackpot in this next one. But 100%. Timberwolves stuff.
Yeah, you were talking people had different ideas about Gobert.
Gobert, and it all comes down to his perimeter defense in the playoffs and being like, oh, he can't guard during the playoff time kind of thing. But I have kind of talked my way into thinking that Gobert will actually improve significantly on the defense, on the perimeter defensive side of things. And that has nothing to do with him physically improving, him getting quicker feet or anything like that. It's purely for the fact that when he goes out there in the perimeter, he actually has a secondary shot blocker on the court with him.
Yeah, very true.
He never had a secondary shot blocker on the court with him. Now he's got Jane McDaniels. He's got Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Both of them great at stopping guys at the hoop and getting those
Karl
shot
Anthony
blocks.
Towns, he might not be considered the best at defense, but he can play defense when he's not supposed to be the anchor on defense.
And if anything, and he's just not a good post defender. He's a good shot blocker at the rim.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's good.
So if he's coming in support defense, he's gonna be able to do a lot.
Yeah, he still averages close to 2 blocks a game.
Yeah, he's a big and long dude
because he's got that length. And so the fact that Gobert can go out there, be a little bit more aggressive on the perimeter because he's a smart guy. He's not going to let guys just drive by him and get free buckets because there's not a post defender for him behind him.
Exactly.
And so he'll play off. Like, I think he'll play more up on those guys, use that length to almost suffocate those dribblers and be like, oh, you can't get around me because I'm like fully hugging you almost with that length. And so I think it should be some good stuff, and we may see improvement of that defense.
And honestly, I think also it's going to be like he's no longer considered the best player on the floor anymore.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He might so things aren't going to – the defense is going to be ran through him a little bit, but not like it was in Utah.
Yeah, he's considered like the fourth best, third best player on that team, by a lot of people's standards.
Yep.
And on the offensive side of the ball, he's probably considered the fourth best offensive option on the team, which is great for him. And we've got players that can complement that pick and roll side of things. And then he's perfect for the other side of the ball, where we've already learned how to be aggressive for strips and being able to get those steals. And now we got that post defense that I think he'll be able to lead that defense, but not necessarily in the way that we saw with those Jazz.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it's better for him that is that way. So I think there's a lot of scenarios that this can play out, but I honestly think that more likely it's going to turn out good.
Yeah, and this next game that we have that's coming up tomorrow is probably going to say even less about our team than this past preseason game, because there's no way we have any of the stars playing for the Lakers this year in the preseason, and they're taking on the Lakers, so they're heading over to LA at 9 p.m. Tomorrow to take them on.
Well, that would be pretty fun. I mean, it's always fun to watch our young talent get some chances during preseason and stuff.
I really want to see some of those other guys that are the younger guys like Minot,
Wendell Carter Jr. And the other dudes too. And you know what's funny though? You know the Spagnuolo guy we drafted?
Yes.
He's actually overseas right now. So he's a two-way player, and I didn't know that. He wasn't. That's why he's not on the roster.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm glad. I want him to be able to develop, get better for
especially
the NBA.
Having him overseas, that is the best possible way for him to develop.
I know a lot of people that develop better overseas than they do in the G League, and so could be some really, really nice stuff for him. We do have a line prize going out to Sparkle 31 over at the Lincoln Depot in St. Cloud. Good job, Sparkle 31, as we work on this $21 large M.
Awesome stuff. But of course, check out our Timberwolves. They are playing that game tomorrow. It's going to be a fun matchup, but we do have a little bit of an ETAB spotlight to get in for you guys. You guys have over 70 different charitable ETAB games you can choose from here at Pilot Games. You can play any of them anytime to win huge prizes up to $1,500. All of these games have small bets between 50 cents to $5 and awesome bonus and free play rounds on top of that. And honestly, a lot of our new games have like 2 bonus rounds and stuff too. So really cool stuff to check out.
Yeah, we love those. So check out all the different options we have, and you should be able to take home some great prizes. We got some music history on today. And in 1962, Parlophone releases the first Beatles single, Love Me Do. In the UK, Radio Luxembourg. I don't know why I said it that way. Luxembourg puts it on the air, making it the first time a Beatles single is played on the radio.
That's awesome. That's
a huge moment.
Yeah.
Huge moment.
No, 100%. Finally getting out to the world. So pretty cool stuff happened with the Beatles on this day.
Then the British invasion.
That's right. That's right. Oh man, the one of many.
I wish I could time travel and be during that time where the Beatles came over and stuff like that.
It was crazy.
I feel like that would be super fun.
Yeah, I mean, my grandma would tell me all about it. She was like obsessed with the Beatles at the time.
Oh, was she one of those like fangirls at the like?
She wasn't one of those ones where she was screaming, but like she just loved music.
She was one step from there.
Yes, exactly that.
If she was a screamer herself of a person,
yes,
she'd probably
be up there screaming. Yeah, exactly. But we do have Loser Dave over at Finlayson Municipal Bar taking away that large gem. Nice job to you. But I mean, there was one time she lived in New York and she walked by John and Yoko Ono on the street. She was walking her dog with her friend, and John was like, "Oh, you have such a cute puppy," and he just pet it really quick, and they kept walking. And my grandma was just speechless the whole time.
I'd be like, you want to sign my dog?
Yeah, literally, just like, take it. Please, just take the dog.
Take the dog. I want this story. We do have some winners. T-Bone over at Poppers taking home that coverall. $32 going out to them. Good job, T-Bone. As well as, did we talk about Loser Dave?
No. Loser Dave taking the large M over at Finlayson Municipal Bar. Nice job.
Yeah, good job to all the winners in this one. Definitely some fun stuff about the Beatles, as I know you're a big fan of the Beatles, especially because of your grandma, who was a big fan as well.
100%.
But next up in music history, this one's a cool one. As in 2012, Adele posts her new theme to Skyfall, the 23rd film in the James Bond series. The theme song, written by Adele and her songwriter partner Paul Epworth, features a 77-piece backing orchestra in an informal Billboard poll. 96% of responses vote it was the best theme to the Bond films ever.
Honestly, like, that's not far. I kind of think it is, to be honest.
Oh, it's so good.
It was really good, and she's so talented, dude. She was like the perfect choice. They should get her back every single time to do it.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I hear it, like, I didn't even know that was the theme to the movie until right now. Like, I thought it was just the song that fit perfectly with the movie. That was an amazing song that just somehow fit perfectly with the movie.
Literally, I mean, it pretty much is,
because it's a great song in itself.
It charted, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I mean, Adele's voice is just so good, and her singing that, and it just fits so well with the entire like James Bond theme of it. It was a really, really good theme song to it.
I agree. Honestly, I'm so surprised that they didn't have her come back out for the other movies, though.
Oh, did they not?
No, they had Billie Eilish do one of them, and she didn't do bad, to be honest. She did pretty good. Like, so, like, you know, good for her.
She has that similar, like, nice high pitch like voice, but she doesn't have that like
she's not a crazy like, she's a good singer, but she's not like a crazy talented singer.
No, she's a good artist. The uniqueness of her songs, of her the vocals, the patterns. Even her music videos are part of the reason why.
Like the beat, and instrumental, and stuff like that.
So where I feel like Adele, it's like purely the voice.
Oh, yeah, she could just sing on a track without any instruments, and it would probably she could probably make a charting song.
Yeah, exactly. It's just because her voice is that amazing. There's a few artists like that.
Yes.
But Adele, one of those very, very few.
100%.
We do just have 30 seconds to get enrolled in this final game of Vikings Bingo, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled. Press and play. Tonight we have a PGL night. You can sign up at pgl.world to become a member of our league, compete for points, and have insider information. And new players that just got signed up are Stu71, Blue Frog 12, Pink Fly 123, Fred Trisha, big time player right there, BJ Palumpo, Andrew Scar, Sparky File, Gina 1440, S Santier 34, and Midnight.
Awesome stuff. Welcome to the PGL, everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying your new accounts, but we do have some standings to get into for those PGL players and locations. Starting it off in 10th place, we got Keeves over at Clearwater Corners. Ninth place is Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin. 8th place is Chapster over at Moe's. 7th is Nixon over at VFW Roseville. 6th is Keith over at Billy's Rockford. 5th is Brizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill. 4th is Bergar over at Rusty Nail Thief River Falls, just yesterday dropping from 2nd to 4th. Wow. 3rd place is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill, actually rising from 4th into 3rd. We do have a winner.
Yeah, SNS over at Cowboy Jackson Plymouth taking home $24.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you, SNS. But of course, getting into 2nd from 3rd, it was devoided over at Roadside yesterday. In 1st place, though, able to stick it out in that 1 million point club, it's Forget UD over at VFW Austin.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to quickly go over these location standings, and I'm only going to talk about the top 5. You guys, if you want to come in and hear about the rest of the top 10, come out for our happy hour from 4 to 6, where me and John will be back to talk about those. But 5th place, we got Corner Pocket in Rice. 4th place is the Mabel Liquor Store. 3rd place is VFW Northfield. 2nd place is Poppers in Virginia. And in 1st place is Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud. We do have a bit of wild news, but it's not really exciting ones, as the Blues put up the closest thing to a regular season roster. Our Wild team did not do that thing. We put out a less than regular season roster out there, and we lost 4-2 in the preseason game. Not much to take from it, but hopefully we can give out a little bit of a better look tomorrow as our Wild take on the Blackhawks at 7 p.m.
Hey, pretty cool stuff. It always confuses me when the teams play with their regular rosters in the preseason.
Oh, yeah. And since we're coming to the end of this, we could talk about our Vikings news really quick. But as they move up in some power rankings, but Sparkle 31 over at the Lincoln Depot is taking home $24, as we have a great run-up at this $18,000 coverall.
That's right, but the NFL staff from Bleacher Report said last week they were 9th, this week now 7th. Yeah. As has often been the case with games across the pond, Sunday's tilt between the Saints and Vikings wasn't an especially well-played game. It was an exciting one that propelled Minnesota to 3-1 and kept them atop the NFC North. The Vikings haven't exactly been piling up the style points the past couple of weeks, but those don't really matter nearly as much as the final score and the W on the board. With the Vikings off to their best start since 2016, that long plane ride back to the States will be a lot more pleasant considering we won the game.
Yeah, then Pete Prisco moved him up from 11 up to 7th, and he's just saying 3-1, that's good. You got to move them up. And they got Jefferson back on track, which he also stated, which is really, really good stuff. Yeah. We do have a winner in this final game, as we got Brooke over at Danny's Dugout taking home $36, as that jackpot has continued to grow and roll into tomorrow's lunchtime bingo. So come out for Thursday from 12 to 1.
Awesome stuff. Well, hey, come back later for the happy hour broadcast. We got some more celebrity birthdays to get into.
Yeah,
and
we
all
got
that
so
good
much
stuff.
to talk about.
So 100%. But we got a great player spotlight to get into right now, because it was Fred Trisha over at Moonlight Bay. They won over $49,000 on that crazy jackpot. And over at Moonlight Bay, they support the Northern Lakes Youth Hockey. Their mission statement is to promote a fun, fair, and safe environment that maximizes participation and improves player skills while developing sportsmanship, teamwork, and self-confidence.
Definitely some awesome stuff. And just a reminder that while you guys are getting enrolled into this next game, that when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience. Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Come on, let's get stinking rich! Smell you later. Smells like money! Five free plays awarded! That smells wild! It doesn't get any better than that! Smells like a big one! Five times multiplier! It's raining cash! You gotta play to win!